today's is about the $1 Billion Club. Check it out.
Hey, John and crew. Love you guys. Guess what, John? You were right. Super Mario Brothers made $1 billion. Now, I'm wondering, are we going to see another movie make $1 billion this year? And if so, which movie do you think? Thanks, guys. Love you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for calling that in. And yeah, of course, we talked about the other day, the Super Mario Brothers movie became the 11th animated film in history to join the $1 Billion Club. As of yesterday, it was the number 11 biggest animated film of all time. I'm going to have to check the numbers later today, but I'm sure it's probably jumped up to like number 7 or number 6 already today. It'll probably climb up as high as 5, 4, or 3. At any rate, so that became kind of the first one. That broke the seal, if you will. The $1 Billion cherry of 2023 has been busted as Super Mario Brothers has defiled that flower. And now we are looking at what other, that was a terrible analogy. It sounded better in my head. It sounded better in my head. Didn't come out the way I wanted it to.
That's
At
not
any
better
rate.
in your head?
Really? I didn't think about it long, okay? Maybe if I'd given it some more consideration. But
All right.
I got that one late. I
sounds
usually
good
get
in your
things
head.
really late.
So we now turn our attention to what are the other movies this year that have a chance of joining that $1 Billion Club? And I think a couple can. And what I've done is I put together a list and I put them in order of least likely to most likely. If any other films are going to join $1 billion, I think a few of them will. These are the 10 that I think have a chance, and I have them in order. So let's take a look at this. I think at number 10 is Oppenheimer. That's the lowest one on this list, but I think it has an outside chance if it is as good as it looks. Because, man, at CinemaCon, they showed us some more Oppenheimer.
That movie looks incredible.
It looks so good. Oh. It looks so good. So that one, again, but I've got all the way down to number 10. At number 9 is The Hunger Games, A Song of...
Song of Ballads of Birds and Pops.
Ballad of Songbirds
Snakes and Ladders. What is it again?
A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Songbirds and Snakes, yes. And again, they showed us some more of that at CinemaCon. And you know what? Before I would say, nah, but the reality is, man, a lot of people watch that trailer when they put it online. And I think it would be a mistake for me and anybody to underestimate just how popular this franchise is. Again, I'll still have it lower on the list. At number 8 is Aquaman. Now, you might wonder, why don't you put that higher in its chances than number 8? I would say that, yes, while the first one did break $1 billion, DC is not in a great situation right now. They're not in a great condition at the moment. And maybe The Flash can help turn that around. But I think with all that, and people have just kind of given up on the DC universe for now until they can get things restarted in 2025 with Superman Legacy. Yet I still have Aquaman on the list. I still think it's got a shot. It did make $1 billion before, so I've got it as the 8th most likely one to make $1 billion. And number 7 is The Marvels. Much like Aquaman, the last one made over $1 billion. And I think people underestimate the power of this thing. Again, not high on the list. I've got it down as the 7th most likely to hit $1 billion. In the number 6 spot is Dune 2. John, why not higher? Everybody's looking forward to this movie, won 6 Academy Awards, all that kind of stuff. True, but it only made, what, $300-something million? Man. I mean, Ray, maybe you can double check that for me. How much did the first Dune make?
Right.
It was 300 and something. Now, granted, it was during...
402 million?
402 million is how much it made? Is that really how much it made?
402.
Okay, so it did get over the 400 mark.
You're doing other things, Ray. I'm trying to help you.
So... now, granted, that was back when AT&T still owned Warner Brothers, and Jason Kilar was the CEO, and he made the idiot decision to release movies on HBO Max and theaters on the same day. So that hurt it. So I think it's got a chance. It's got a chance at number 6, most likely. And number 5 is Little Mermaid. And you know what? To be honest with you, this might need to be a little bit higher. They showed us an entire musical scene. And I think when they release that scene to the public, I think they're going to sell a lot more tickets. They showed a scene, the entire sequence of Melissa McCarthy singing Poor Unfortunate Souls, and it was pretty fantastic. I'm not a Little Mermaid guy at all, but it looked pretty fantastic. And they showed us during that absolutely shitty Disney presentation at CinemaCon. But hey, that was definitely one of the highlights. Disney totally crapped the bed at CinemaCon. But that scene, have I emphasized that Disney really, really dropped the ball at their CinemaCon presentation? Anyway, but that being said, that scene was a really good scene. And again, as somebody who's not a Little Mermaid guy, it made me sit up and pay attention. So I think it's the fifth most likely. The fourth most likely is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. People love Guardians of the Galaxy. And I can't put it any higher than number 4, but having seen the film, I know it's a really good movie. I don't think it's quite as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 1. It's a big improvement over Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's delightful. It's fun. It's emotional. There's Chris tears. There's going to be a scene where Chris is going to be in absolute tears.
Why does it bring you so much joy?
So much.
That I'm going to cry.
It gives me joy because I know you're going to have that powerful experience.
Okay.
And that makes me happy.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Schadenfreude. I
No,
was like,
no,
why
no.
do you want me to suffer?
No. It's a powerful, positive experience.
Okay. That's nice. Thanks, bud.
I think you're going to really enjoy that. At number 3, now we get into the ones that these are the ones that I would put $5 on, that these 3 will make $1 billion. I think Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, they showed us 20 minutes of the movie. It's fun. And by the way, you got back-to-back movies there with Pom Klementieff. Of course, she plays Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I didn't realize she's one of the bad guys in this. And she looks badass in the scene they showed us. It was pretty incredible. At number 2 is Indiana Jones. Still to this day, every time I go into a movie theater and they play trailers, this is the one that gets the biggest pop. I think this is a good chance. Again, all of these are contingent upon whether the movies are any good or not. Because if we go and see this movie, like one of these movies, like Mission Impossible, it's a big bag of dog crap, well, then it's not going to make $1 billion. But so this is all things being considered equal. So number 2, Indiana Jones. And I think the most likely film to cross the $1 billion mark is probably Fast 10. It is a movie that was still kind of in the pandemic a bit when it came out. It was a totally shit movie, Fast 9. And yet it still almost managed to get to $800 million. And that was being a big bag of crap in the pandemic. This movie, Fast 10, looks really good. I'm very excited about seeing Fast 10. And I think that is the most likely to join the $1 billion club. So again, in order, I think the 10th most likely is Oppenheimer, number 9, Hunger Games, number 8, Aquaman, number 7, The Marvels, number 6, Dune 2, number 5, The Little Mermaid, number 4, Guardians 3, number 3, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, number 2, Indiana Jones, and number 1, Fast 10. Chris, you see my list here in front of you. Mm-hmm. How would you move things around? Are there any movies that you think have a solid shot maybe of making $1 billion that I didn't put on the list?
Where the hell is Barbie? Where's Barbie on this list?
You really think Barbie can make $1 billion?
I think Barbie has potential. It's weird.
I think Barbie can make some good money.
Yeah.
I can't see making $1 billion.
I just feel like if we're going to put some of these others on here, that Barbie has a fighting chance. I would move Little Mermaid up a bit more, just because I do think it's got a huge audience. The footage we saw is
great. You may not be wrong. You may be right.
I think that's a pretty big contender. And then I do have higher hopes for Dune, and I say this as somebody who didn't love the first one, but I know people are ravenous about Dune. It was beautiful. It's such spectacle, and everything they said at CinemaCon about it, too, did make me more excited about this one, of getting into that action, really getting to the meat and potatoes of this story. So I think there's a lot of room for that on here, especially since, most of us, myself included, watched the first Dune streaming because it was right there. So I just did it that way. I think a lot of people will run out to theaters for that one too. So I just shuffle, I think, those few things around there, and then I'd potentially add on Barbie.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about that? What do you think of the most likely contenders to join that $1 billion club that Mario has kind of instituted and kicked off for the year of 2023?
Oh, shit, Spider-Verse.
What's that?
Spider-Verse.
I don't think Spider-Verse has any chance of making $1 billion.
You don't think so?
No, I think it could be the best movie of the year, but I don't think it's any chance of making $1 billion.
Strays.
I cannot wait for Strays. They showed us a little more of it at CinemaCon. It's like it was even funnier than the stuff we had seen before. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the list? Did I leave some off? Do you think I have some ranked a little bit too high? How would you rearrange the list? Jump down into the comments below and leave me your list there. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.